Do you have fine, flat hair like myself? Are you wanting a fuller look with lift and bounce throughout your whole hair? Well, if so, keep watching for some tips on how to add that extra kick of volume in your blow dry routine. Hey everyone, I'm Summer. If you're new here, welcome. This week's video is all about an added step you can do when blow drying your hair to get some extra kick of body along with bend and bounce in the hair. I have always been so into different volumizing products, but I have to say, being a hairstylist, it's always been fairly easy for me to get my hair full, but it also has been predominantly short. I've done various versions of a bob, but I recently decided to let my hair grow back out to switch things up, and it's proving two things to me. One, how lifeless my hair is, and two, how much harder it is to get volume and body in my hair. So this is where Velcro rollers have come back in, or should I say, into the picture for myself. The reason to use Velcro rollers are plenty. You can get extra lift with them at your root. You can create movement and bend with them. If you have a decent amount of layers, you're going to see even more movement and bend with them. Think like Cindy Crawford circa 1992. I would kill to have that hair. Anyways, I'm gonna be showing you guys 3 different ways I like to use Velcro rollers. Option 1 being where I put a lot of effort into my blow dry, wrapping the hair into the roller as I move up my head. Option 2 being of when you're like, I ain't got time, but I need some lift. And option 3 being that your hair is already dry and then putting the rollers into reshape and kick up that volume. Everything I use in today's video will be linked in the description below, so let's head into the salon and get started with option 1. All right, so I've got my hair washed and I used OUAI's Fine Hair Shampoo. I've done a review on this line, some of their volume products. If you care to check that out, I will link it below in the description. I did not use a conditioner because when I'm trying to get the most lift, I don't want anything weighing down my hair, so even a volume conditioner, I don't want it in my hair. Other products I'm using are Moroccan Oil's Root Boost and Volume Mousse. So the way that I'm blow drying my hair today is going to be the same as the video I did a few weeks ago on getting the most out of your volume products and making your blowout last. So I will link that below as well. I advise you watch that if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing all the same steps that I did in that video here. The only difference is that I'm not going to be implementing my cool shot button because I'm wrapping the hair in Velcro rollers and my hair will cool on its own before removing the rollers. I will touch on all of that as we go through my blowout here. And lastly, I'm adding in IGK's Beach Blowout Cream on my ends just because this is going to give a little bit of heat protection and some style memory, so it'll help with hold throughout my week. So with all of that being said, let's get to blow drying. So you're going to be blow drying your hair basically the same as you would when trying to give yourself the most lift. Again, check out that video I mentioned before. It will help you understand in more detail what I mean. I'm using Cricut's 390 brush that's 2 inches in diameter. I'm lifting each section straight up as I blow dry and rolling the hair down on my brush. Once you have gotten your section dry, you are going to take your Velcro roller and simply roll your hair into it completely. So lift that section of hair up, grab your Velcro roller, start at the ends of your hair and roll down. I like to use clips to help secure the roller into place. When you get to your top sections, try your best to over direct your hair with your brush, and before rolling your hair onto your Velcro roller, pull your hair forward and up and then roll down. You want to try and maintain as much as possible that over direction in the hair. And then at the very top, I like to do a mohawk section, over directing everything forward, roll my hair into the roller and then let all my hair cool. So we've got all of my hair nicely rolled in the Velcro rollers. I always love how crazy this looks with them all in. Once your hair is cooled down, you're going to start removing, starting in the back sections. If using clips, remove the clips first and then your rollers. Once you have all your rollers out, I then like to just fluff with my hand some. I have extensions, so I'm limited on where I can part my hair, but if you don't, I suggest using your fingers to move your hair around to see where the most amount of fullness is coming from your part. So there is option 1 for Velcro rollers. We started off nice and difficult. This is the most challenging way to use them, but it is my preferred method when I'm trying to get the most movement and fullness in my hair. This also is time consuming. It took me a full hour from start to complete finish. Again, if you have a good amount of layers, you're going to see even more movement and bend in your hair. Also, what I like about using the Velcro rollers with option 1 is I don't find myself needing to tease my hair. You certainly can if you want to add in more volume, but it's nice to have the lift and fullness without having to put the added stress of teasing onto your hair. Next up, we have option 2, which is the I ain't got time but need some lift option. I have washed my hair and used the same products as I did with option 1, but this time I'm opting to do a little bit longer of a rough dry, keeping my head tipped upside down to help me create the most lift. Now I will move into my sections, and this time I'm taking slightly bigger sections and I'm using Cricut's 400 brush. This is a little bit bigger than their 390 I used in option 1. You'll be able to move through your sections a little bit better, and because we don't have as much time for this option, I opt to not even add any rollers to the lower half of my hair here. Once I have gotten to my sides, I will then start working with the Velcro rollers, but this time I'm not rolling my hair into them. This allows for you to cut out some time and bend in the ends, but you're still gonna get more fullness at the top. So you're just going to finish drying your section, lift your hair all the way up, put the roller into place, and then lay your hair over right on top of it. The rest of your hair is just going to lay out of the roller and you'll move on to your next section. I do still try and over direct the hair some to get more lift at my root, creating that fullness. And with this option, usually I just place the rollers along where my part falls instead of the mohawk. Now that my hair is dry, I'm just gonna let my hair cool down and then remove the rollers, again, starting in the back. Run my hands through to fluff everything. This option took me half of the time of option 1, right at 30 minutes from start to finish. We still have fullness at my roots with this option, but not as much bend, but with movement still everywhere. Teasing is optional. When I use the Velcro rollers like this, I will opt to just slightly tease some spots that I know like to lay flat on me. Again, that's personal preference, but I have always been happy with how my hair looks from this option, but my arms aren't quite as tired. Moving on to option 3. This is a great option for when reshaping your blowout later in your week. I like to use my blow dry brush for this. I use T3's Airbrush Duo. I like this one for myself because of the round brush attachment. I feel like it helps create a little bit more lift and bend for straight fine hair, and I love the volume boost setting to help give you even more lift and texture. I will just resection my hair as if I'm doing a regular blow dry and work the T3 through my hair, placing in my Velcro rollers, rolling my hair fully into them. This is nice because you're able to reheat your hair, allowing you to create that lift, and placing your hair into the Velcro rollers is going to set your hair into place. You're gonna move through your hair pretty quick with this option. Again, still try and lift your hair as much as you can, and you can either opt to place your rollers along with your part or do a mohawk like I'm choosing to do again here. Once everything is into place, I like to hit my entire head again with heat. You'll wanna use a lower speed setting for this, let everything cool, and then remove your rollers. This took me just 15 minutes, so nice and quick. Run your hands through your hair, let it fall into whatever part you feel is best. Set with some hairspray if you want, and you have a freshly reshaped blowout with some nice bend and fullness. So there we have our 3 options of how you can use Velcro rollers. Option 1 is the most time consuming, but you're going to get the most out of it. Option 2 is great for when you want that extra fullness, but you don't have the time or energy of option 1. And option 3 is great for reshaping your hair later in your week, or even if you let your hair air dry, you can do option 3 as well to give you that added fullness everywhere. So let me know what you guys think of each look in the comment below. I'm curious to know which option is your favorite. Again, everything I used in today's video, I will link below in the description. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.